And now the weather for farmers from Jack Scott.
Good afternoon to you. Well, I'm sure that most of you will be glad to see the back of this March. It must have been the wettest for many a long year in most parts of the country anyway. There is some dry weather about at the moment. The pattern is changing rather. We had a couple of days of dry weather last week in central and eastern parts anyway, and it seems that most people are going to get 2 or 3 days of dry weather this week too. One about at the moment under this ridge of high pressure in northern parts, that's northern England, Scotland and Northern Ireland, and it looks as though it'll stay dry and sunny in that particular area during today as that just shifts a little bit northwards. But you'll notice that we do have a big area of low pressure on the chart that's giving rain in a fair number of southern parts at the moment. That rain isn't going to stretch any or spread any further north than about the Midlands during today, up this east coast to about Lincolnshire, perhaps South Yorkshire, but no further than that, and it'll eventually get across to the western side as well. This is a vast cauldron of air. You can imagine it sticking out from the chart here, swirling around all the while, and it's going to take it a couple of days to move away towards the east there and then shoot off down towards the Mediterranean. So it's going to be a dull couple of days in the south here while we watch this happen. Meanwhile, overnight tonight under that ridge, the temperatures will fall away low enough for a slight frost in some places. And then behind that we have another set of fronts coming in across the Atlantic here. This fellow will probably bring just a little bit of rain to northwestern parts tomorrow as it goes by. And after that, the cold front behind it will be advancing slowly, and all the while these northern areas staying by and large in fine weather with some sunshine by day, perhaps a little bit cold at night. So towards the middle of the week, that cold front will be advancing and the fine weather will be spreading further eastwards, with the low pressure, as I said, disappearing away down there towards the Mediterranean. And then there'll be a couple of days of fine weather on this side of the country in this as it just comes across. A little bit of fog perhaps at night, perhaps temperatures falling during the day, and the east coast in easterly winds is going to stay cold during the day too. At night, I should have said, the temperatures falling down to frost levels in some places, but you'll notice this front here advancing. The rain will break up as it comes forward, so by the time it gets to eastern areas, that's towards the end of the week, it'll be more of a showery variety, and then behind it some drier weather coming into western parts. That's it then. A very good afternoon to you.
Ceefax offers a useful information service for farmers. There are pages of meat and cereal prices, and as well as warnings of any pests or diseases which may be prevalent, and advice on how to cope with them. The complete Ceefax index can be found in a feature article in the current Radio Times. Now on BBC1 Education Shop, which focuses on questions parents and children may ask at different stages of education.